We should be coming here soon. And we are live now. Hi, everyone. Nellie, I hope you're resting, girl.
Hi, everyone. Yes, Nellie, you better be resting.
Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Jessica. It's good to see you, Sean's princess. Haven't seen you in a little while. Rose. Who else we got in here?
Hi, Rose. Jessica Lynn.
Jessica Lynn.
Cheryl, Miss Cheryl.
Cheryl Stone. Yeah, I haven't seen Sean's princess in a little while either. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Heather Licious. Mr. Cher will be here in a little while. We'll give it a little bit for people to get in here. And then I know Tammy has some things to say. I got a couple things to say. Ooh, duh. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Bethy. How was everyone's evening? Oh, hope you're better.
Yeah.
Easy Mama. Hey. It's been a while. I've seen you around a few times today, but it's been a while.
Hello.
You're just trying to feel better too? Okay, everyone's sick, so I'm going to Lysol the entire chat.
That's not good. Yeah, that sounds good.
Heather says she got back from vacation and has a sinus infection. What the heck? Hey, Cooter.
That's usually the way it works.
How's everyone?
Oh, all right.
Cooter, are you in a windstorm?
Yeah, that's a fan. So I probably mute myself and all. I'm still at work. So living in South Florida.
Oh, gotcha.
You have like 3 fans, so I'll mute myself and so that way I'm not distracting from you guys.
Oh, Mr. Cher, I miss you.
I miss you too, baby.
Oh, I miss you too, Mr. Cher.
I miss your beard.
I miss my beard too. I miss your beard.
Do you miss your beard, Cooter?
Yeah, I keep touching my face, and it's just weird. Like, it's really dry now. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like you got razor burn and just want to itch all the time. It's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh. Hey, Casey. Oh, my goodness. Where to even start, you guys? You got to see Cooter with no beard? It is on my community post. I put a picture of his before and after. Unless he turns... I know he's at work, he said, so I don't know if he can put his camera on.
I can jump on my camera real quick so you guys can see.
Oh, there you go.
So...
There he is.
Oh.
Yeah, I look like a 12-year-old. But hey, it's all right. One of my bosses were getting on me earlier today. She never talked to me before, and now she's all friendly. It's weird.
It's weird.
So there you have it.
You missed so many lives lately. Well, the replay is good too, I guess.
There you
go. Sean's princess likes it. Yeah, he got like a lot of comments going on. Did you? I don't know if you checked that out, Cooter, but
I've seen a few. I haven't really looked a whole lot, but I appreciate all the nice comments from everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, and I'm out. I said good day.
Seguridad.
There he is.
The wind blew him away, I guess. There it comes back.
Yeah, I'm wide enough. It could have.
You forget to look at the community posts. That's okay. I do too. Some of it shows up in my feed for people, and then a lot of times it doesn't.
I usually have to set a reminder, then it'll show up. Sometimes, unless I catch the feed early enough, I don't know when people are going live or not.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's live all the time lately.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. I'm younger than my son. I'm just messing with him. Okay, Rose. Well, Miss Tammy, I know you had some thoughts that you didn't really get to say yesterday on kind of your theory, and I don't think a lot of people know, but you do tarot cards as well. You don't really advertise it or anything, but people that are close to you really know. And you've been getting some kind of feelings that you've texted me and Nellie in our little group chat there a few times. And yeah, I say go for it because, I mean, I have theories of 15-year-olds involved. I've got people telling me it's not possible because he's 15 and he has ADHD. I can't get on that planet with you guys who think that means that it's not possible, but okay.
Yeah. Well, I just feel like I just keep feeling like she was part of maybe like she was like a payment for things that were done that shouldn't have been done. And you know what I mean? I feel like she was, it's just a feeling that she's just was promised for a reason, and it was for the things that they've done in their past. So to rid them of their sins, I guess, to cleanse them of their sins. I think that's what she was taken for. I know that sounds weird, but it's just something that it keeps popping up in my mind and I keep thinking about.
Yeah.
And I think it was, I think they all know what happened.
Me too.
And I think Grandma knows too.
Yeah. Well, that kind of would, when they're saying that Candace didn't want, when she found out Summer was a girl, she didn't want to keep her, but Dawn really wanted to keep her when they found out it was a girl.
Yeah.
Kind of goes along with that, as well as the whole, I mean, I'm sorry, but I don't like the SDA establishment and what I keep reading. The whole seeing Summer at the resurrection and all the comments we've seen him and using Summer's picture and advertising the church when your daughter's been missing for 6 weeks. 6 weeks, and you're using her picture to advertise the church. That's bizarre to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Why would you say stuff like that? That's odd.
It's very weird.
A thing to say. If if your child is missing, I mean, who would think to just come up and say that?
Mm-hmm.
I'll see her in the resurrection. I mean, that's just weird.
And he said that only I think it was about less than a month or about a month. To me, that's very quick because are you holding out hope? Someone's got her, right? Someone's got her in a basement. I am certain someone abducted her and took her to, she's dead now. I'm going to see her in the resurrection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
They think created or a sacrificial thing.
Yeah, because I know people in chat probably think I'm crazy, but go ahead, Cougar.
Oh, just how his posts been very randomly. There's nothing wrong with having a belief or feeling a higher power. But what I'm getting from him now is like his addiction's getting really bad, and he needs help medically to get dry. I just his addictions get out of hand right now. It's not good.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Who said was it Heather Licious? You didn't watch the interviews yet? I highly recommend you watch them. I mean, I'm gonna be
Mhm.
honest, it ticks me off
Mhm.
because I do feel that there's some butt kissing going on. I'm curious, why is it his interviews when we hear him? There's little subtle things like he called their house crappy. He did, and I mean, no
Yeah.
disrespect because I think some things he does is good, but I don't feel he had to really cause attention to that, but maybe it is needed for us to know. But he had to have known what that was going to bring upon the family, seeing them live like that. I won't talk about their living environment. I can't really say much about it. I've been there, and I've been there when I was 5 years old, so I get it. At least they had a roof over their head, and food and stuff in their mouth, So I don't have anything to say about their living conditions, but I mean, I don't know. A part of me thinks it was wrong showing it, and he did make his little comments. We all heard it, but then he's kissing their butt, it feels
Mhm.
like, and then I don't know. They have the website they're making where they're saying that's the official website and what they all approve of. And it's funny how his interviews are the ones that approved. And we know because if anyone watched that prayer circle thing I told them about last night, we know the church made that website. It's supposed to look like it's the family doing it, but
Mhm.
it's ran by a family friend, they say, who is one of the leader people at the church. So the
Mhm.
church is helping them look better, but to have him as their whatever interview, like the allowed interviews to watch that they condone, is bizarre to me also because he also has said that Candace may be involved. So I don't get it exactly. What are they doing?
Well, he said that. Well, Candace said that he had the boys, but then in his interview, he didn't mention having the boys with him
Candace said they went to work
when
with dad,
Candace
and then
called him.
even Hunter. I watched part of Hunter's interview today. Hunter said the boys were at work with their dad. So multiple people are saying the boys were with Don. I swear I heard Don saying he took the boys too, right around the same time I heard CPS was supposed to be there that day. Don had said he brought the
Mhm.
boys to work with him. So I've heard it multiple times from the family members' mouths. But if that's true, then
Yeah.
how did the boys get home at 2:30 in the afternoon to help Candace bring groceries in? It makes no sense. So Don
It
drove, he said
doesn't.
he was an hour away working. So Don drove an hour on lunch break and brought the boys home and went back to work. So he did a 2-hour round trip for his lunch break. Like, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. And I feel like, why aren't these so-called retired detectives pointing out the obvious? Some of them are, but you can tell that it doesn't really go like the two gentlemen that Chris had on today. You could tell the one does not believe that it's an abduction. That he's not really voicing it, but
Right.
you can tell, like, he has the facial expressions. He keeps asking the right questions that I feel are right. It is
Mhm.
interesting to see all of these retired detectives and stuff like that, though. They all are on separate pages. Half of them that I watch think, yep, it's very possible abduction.
Yeah.
And the other half are like, hell no, this
Mhm.
is wrong. The parents are involved. So it's like, if they can't even all get on the same page, how the hell are we supposed to?
Yeah.
Mhm. And it could be a little of both. Like, if they know where she's at, they could have turned their head when she was abducted. You know what I'm saying? So it could
Mm-hmm.
be kind of a little
A
bit
little
of
bit
both.
wonder. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I wasn't really paying attention to the chat. I don't know if it's. There's one thing that did stand out to me that Chris brought up, and I thought the same thing watching it as he said, that baby kitten that was there whining, and she
Mhm.
she went and really picked it up, and I thought it was more to come for her, but it could have been to come for the cat and her, because she's stressed out. So petting the little kitten probably did help with her anxiety a little bit, I'm guessing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm going to say those animals did look healthy. They did. They looked well taken care of.
They did.
They were
Yeah.
nice. They weren't mean. They weren't aggressive. They looked well nourished to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just can't believe the dogs wouldn't bark though.
Well, they did. Here's the thing. They barked until he got out of the truck. When he pulled up in the truck, they were barking for about a minute. And when he got out and Candace was out there, the dogs weren't barking. So if it's someone the dogs know, and Candace was outside and around the dogs, and they were on foot, I could see the dogs not barking. But am I going to believe someone on foot abducted her in that forest? We all saw it. There's no way. It's such steep freaking climbs, wood. So no, that's not. When people do abductions like
the terrain
that
is really
not. Yeah, I just don't think that happened. I don't think that happened at all. I think when she talks about...
I think it was somebody she knew.
Yeah, like mom and dad. I think everybody knows what's going on. Or I do wonder when she says Hunter went to the woods right away. Did Hunter meet somebody in the woods? Because I thought that's weird. What 15-year-old is really going to go off into the woods by himself? Also, I thought it was weird. He brought up that he has what did he say? I'm really close with Summer or something, but he goes, but not weird. Oh, I give Summer a lot of attention. And then he caught himself and he goes, oh, I'm not any weird attention or anything though, just like big brother attention.
Yeah.
So he had already had in his mind. Yeah, which that stood out to me. I don't know why no one's pointing that out, but I thought it was weird. Yes, it said that CPS was supposed to be there that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that day. And yes, it's the interview room.
And Candace and his story is... I was just going to say his story and Candace's story is different. I mean, and if they were together, how can it be so different?
That's another thing that's frustrating to me. Like, how many different discrepancies between everyone lying and not telling truth on what actually happened to her. And I agree. I believe it has to be someone within that family circle, or even possibly Hunter, that knows what happened to her. But for whatever the reason, they're protecting or not being honest about what happened to the poor Summer.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden Grandma's gone.
And that's weird to me also, because I can't imagine law enforcement letting someone leave the state, because I heard she was in Wisconsin. I can't imagine that being allowed. Or is Grandma gone because she has the boys? I don't know.
Does she have Summer?
I would feel like they would definitely trail Grandma. Anyone involved, because anyone that saw her in the last 24 hours of her life, or whatever, 12 hours, whatever you want to call it, is suspect to me. And sure as shit, the people who saw her in the last 2 hours of her life is a suspect to me. And that's everybody. And Don not being able to figure out if he was truly at work or not, and that's from law enforcement, that they cannot confirm he was at work. That's a problem. It does make me question if Don's more involved, and that's why Candace is the one being the face of everything. all the prayer circles, all of the interviews.
Yeah. Because he's not in, hasn't been in any of that, has he?
Not really. He's always done it like over the phone. He hung up really quick on that one interview he did, and I think it was a church person told him to hang up because yes, for the boys and the CPS case, I'm sorry, they don't have the money to pay for attorney. So it's a court appointed attorney, which is a public defender, right? But that has nothing to do, that public defender for a CPS case cannot give legal advice for them for a missing, for like, do you see what I'm saying? It's separate cases. Your public
Right, yeah.
defender for a
Yeah.
CPS case is not giving you legal advice on your missing daughter and doing interviews and stuff like that. Who I think is giving legal advice is the SDA church. They're softening the image. The church is very heavily involved. It's weird. And even Chris is helping
Yeah.
soften Candace's image. I've noticed that the way he stands close to her to make them look like a unified, you know,
Right.
whatever
Yeah.
unit. Like, I mean, and after watching that interview, like I was like, I'm not crazy, right? I'm seeing this and it seems like BS to me. And I did. I went and Googled again, even though I've done it many times and in over many years of what, you know, strategic moves that are used in criminal defense, what they use in trials and stuff. Again, it's changing the outfits. Look what they did to Casey Anthony. Made a slut to like Hillary Clinton style clothing. And
Yeah.
well, I mean, you know, she was. I'm sorry. She dressed in less
Right,
clothes
she
than
was,
even I
yeah.
like to
You're
wear.
right.
So, I mean, but changing the image, putting glasses on them. How many people have we seen that you don't see anywhere when it's showing all of their life before, and then all of a sudden they start trial and they're wearing glasses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Catalin. Hey, Dean. Katie has given up on the Watts case. I think a lot of people right now have given up, not so much given up, like me. I am being respectful of the time, knowing that it's hard on Jamie. I really like Jamie, and I have grown to respect the Watts. So bothering them around this time is not something that I'm going to do. And the Watts and I have spoken about that, so they know that, you know, they can reach out to me after this crazy time is over, and we'll talk.
Yep.
Welcome to the Crazy Train, Hev. Choo choo. Thank
What's up,
you.
Ev?
Hey, Archie. Monica. Sorry, guys. Break the silence. Okay, I really got to do better at watching questions in the chat. I'm horrible. Babe, I know you've been working very hard and you haven't really been able to catch up much on this case, but what are your thoughts with just from what, like, you hear me talking about it all the time now?
Yeah, well, right from the start, I was kind of ticked that everyone was focusing on Dawn and Candace as people instead of worrying about where Summer was. But now it's just like Don's gone all weird, posting pictures of his daughter with church quotes, and Candace and Allie and Hunter don't have the same damn story. It's like, I don't even know which way to go.
Right. It's something as simple as where did she put her swimsuit on? Totally different stories.
Yeah, why is that different? That's so weird.
Yeah.
It is weird. I agree.
Yeah, even with the milk, the 2 gallons of milk on which side they were on, and before people were going crazy over.
Yeah.
And Sunday school teacher, I guess Chris interviewed her also.
I'm sorry, what? Okay, well, I mean, that's not shocking. That's not shocking. I've been working on a SDA video of all of the missing people that are, like, have been in the news and been high profile for a minute or two, and how they all have the SDA church involved somehow.
Hmm.
And it's a lot. It's so a lot. I think Mr. Cher should make that video. Like, don't give me any more work, woman. We're chatting about the Summer Wells case, and I am going to put the link in there in a minute, so that people can hop on and say their side of it. Heatherlicious! Woo, woo. Welcome to Crazy Train. Thank you. I think I have 90 members now, or 91.
Wow.
You guys are awesome. He said it was a year that he has a Minneapolis Wild house, but it has a puppy from him. You've been watching a lot of Summer Wells today, too? Yeah. It's wild. I think that's why it's taken over, because, again, well, it's an open case, but we don't really know without a reasonable doubt, so there's all of these different theories. Yeah, but I just don't see somebody walking up there to kidnap a girl while there's 3 other kids around. And I know it's happened. I know that Adam Walsh's kid, or Adam Walsh, John Walsh's kid, was abducted with a friend outside of a mall or whatever in 7 seconds. But is someone hiking up that? And also, for a car, there's a gate down there, right? That she had to open for Chris to even drive up there.
Yeah, there's a gate.
So definitely no vehicle pulled up there. They were outside. Dogs would have barked. So I don't believe there was a vehicle there. So
I
definitely
guess
it would
the
have been
only
on
road
foot.
that it would have been on foot. There's a road or a dirt road that goes up beside a shed, and I guess it goes into the woods, and it is what they call the dog trail.
Oh, yeah.
And it comes up that side right there by where the swing's at, I think.
Oh, the tunnel thing. But still, that is quite a trek.
Right.
To go kidnap a girl.
It is, yeah.
2 adults right there, 20 dogs, and 3 siblings. Child abduction is normally, it has to be quick and usually, what's the word I'm looking for? Time is everything. Like, if it's, I just don't think they're going to go for a hike to steal a little girl. And then what? Hike all the way back down that trail with her, possibly screaming and hollering? I don't think so.
It's much more likely that she went with somebody that she knows and trusts. And they know who that person is, I believe.
I mean, I guess that would be more believable. Let's just throwing it out there. Robin was already at the house or something. And I don't know, when Summer was in there, saw Robin, and Robin was like, okay, sweetie, come on. Like, we have to be quiet. Like, she loved Robin. She would listen. Or anyone else from the church. Or let's say Hunter or Allie, someone else she was close to and trusted, I guess, maybe. And she'd hike down there quietly, and maybe they said, like, we got to go find your puppy. Or I don't know, but I just don't even believe that. I believe more like somebody
Dawn
drove
said,
her off of that property.
Well, Dawn said the dogs followed her scent to the end of the road.
The dogs were not vicious. If you watch, I mean, they've had news people there, search and rescue people. Chris pulled up there, and those dogs barked for a minute, and they did not try to attack. They did not look vicious to me at all. They were sweet as can be. And when Candace walked out by Chris, right away they knew, like, oh, well, she's fine with them. Like, they quit barking everything. They were all lazy,
Yeah.
laying down in the shade. Like, there was no more barking.
Yeah,
These
I was
dogs
just going to
were
say that.
very well behaved. So, no, not at all. Not vicious at all. I know someone said, well, maybe one of the
No,
dogs
like-
took her, ate her or something. And no, absolutely not.
Those dogs didn't move fast enough for that.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't bark more than, about a minute. And they were barking more at the truck.
Yeah, the vehicle. Well, another thing is they showed the flowers that they planted in the pots and stuff, but to me, in my opinion, those didn't look like they had just been planted.
No, and that made me remember that I had kind of a weird thought. Somebody had brought up that the flowers were kind of the mom's memorial of Rose, the missing daughter, her missing daughter, Candace's missing sister. And then when Chris went there, and I've seen that the Paw Patrol toys were strategically placed in the flower pots, that creeped me out. It just
they're the little
gave me a
Paw
very
Patrol
creepy
things.
vibe. Like, so and they right away she said, oh, and when we planted the flowers in summer, put them in the flower pots. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe, but I just get a creepy vibe from that altogether.
Yeah, because she had said they went over to plant flowers, so I was looking for like flowers, like blooming flowers. I wasn't looking for succulents or anything that didn't bloom, but it didn't look like they had just been planted to me. And I do a lot of flower planting and stuff, and they didn't look like they had just been planted. But that's just me.
Nellie, I love you. Thank you.
Love you, Nellie.
Nellie.
Oh, and that's another thing, you guys, I read that the cadaver dogs may not have been able to do such a good job anyway because of all of the dogs that are on their property. That actually it makes it a lot harder for cadaver dogs. Oh, I wish I could remember the information linked to that, but it made perfect sense when they were explaining it. And with 20 dogs on the property, yeah, it definitely interfered with them being able to do their job properly. So there is that. It ruins the scent all around, and those dogs wander everywhere. We saw them coming out of the damn woods and everything when Chris pulled up. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of sad to hear, but it does kind of make sense too.
Yeah.
I figured just the area in general, it would be very difficult to locate her in that, or to come up with a hypothesis or anything. Like you're saying, how hilly it is, how many dogs running around there. This is definitely challenging for the police to find someone to figure out what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Babe, what do you think about them recently then blaming the police for not doing enough and for basically they're blaming law enforcement now, saying that the places they wanted to look and they should have believed them more. Why are they looking in small totes or in their grandma campers, the water system or whatever, when they're like, we know the Watts case and what they say happened to Cece and Bella. So they should be thankful they're looking everywhere for their missing daughter, right? And not, instead of being angry that they're looking in totes and things like that.
Ugh.
I feel like it's a deflection of trying to take the heat off them and onto somebody else, as Don's been doing this whole time, blaming other people instead of taking responsibility for himself.
Mm-hmm. And he says too, like, I know she's not in the woods. I know she's not in the woods. Well, you also say someone took her, but then how do you know, like, you're so certain she's gone now and you're going to see her at the resurrection?
Right.
And I'm going to put the link in there now if anyone wants to come up here. Again, you don't have to have the same opinions that I have or Tammy has or anything like that. It's all welcome as long as it's respectful. Thank you, Head.
And there's another thing, which I know it's not what we're talking about, but the boys were taken, and in their interview, they said that it didn't have anything to do with Summer's disappearance. I just find that kind of odd that they would say it didn't have anything to do with her disappearance.
Good night, Nellie. We love you.
Because that's the first thing everybody's going to think. Night, Nellie.
Yeah. And I mean, he spent a lot of time in prison. He spent a lot of time in jails in multiple different states. We have Candace making social media posts that, she'll kill her sister and help look for the body or whatever, help the search team. That's crazy, right? Because that makes me wonder, okay, well, could you help do something to your daughter and then join prayer circles? Because with your social media posts, I'm going, wait, hell yeah, you could. Because you said you could.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, Don said that he was told he can't say anything else or get on social media, and then it wasn't 2 hours later he was posting on Facebook.
Yeah, I thought that was bizarre.
Who told him he couldn't get on social media?
But he can probably do a sit down with Chris. Yeah, nobody. Again, they have public defender for the boys' case, and the public defender can maybe say, I can give you some advice, and maybe you shouldn't be doing interviews or something, but I don't think so, because a public defender works for the state, works for that courthouse, and the establishment, and I think they want them talking, because I think they honestly are giving these people, and because I do think it's people, enough rope to hang themselves. I really do. I really think that they are waiting to be led to Summer, is what I think. And I think they know that it's not going to be alive. And that's just me being real. But I think they're on to everybody, and I think they're letting them do whatever, because I've heard rumblings where some of the retired detectives think that they already have moved Summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I hope not. There's a part of me that wonders if the church is involved. If you watch the prayer circle, it's weird. They seem very certain that God is going to give them and the church a miracle, and that Summer is going to be delivered to them soon, and that Summer needs to get out of bondage. And that was mentioned twice in the same prayer circle. That Summer and other kids need to be delivered back to their mom, back to the church, and that that glory should be given to God, not the first person who lays eyes on her, not the person who takes her out of bondage and delivers her home. What the fuck is that? That's creepy and weird, and they're all, you're on live TV. Oh my gosh, you're on live TV. What is that shit? Are we not worried about a missing girl right now? Because I don't give a shit about, we're on live TV. No, you're not. It's YouTube. Sorry.
Yeah.
You were on news later that night, but I'm just saying, like, I don't get it. I don't understand. It's weird. There's something wrong with that church. Not just that church, but with that whole establishment. That's my own opinion, but I'm going so far as to say
Why
that
would you
I
be?
believe they know something.
Why would you be thinking about bondage and a child hid in a basement for a child that is the age of 5? What would make you think that?
Yeah, that was a lot of talk, even
Unless,
with Dawn. I think she's in a basement somewhere tied up or
yeah,
something, and that hurts
yeah,
me because I know how much she likes to be
yeah,
outside. And then here's the church talking about Summer
yeah.
needs to be delivered out of bondage and, the miracle. I think that they set something up possibly for money because the church has their own fundraiser. Look at that.
Hmm.
And then do they want it to maybe like
Schools, they have their own schools.
yeah, and they have their own everything. But I mean, this just gives me a little bit of hope that maybe she's alive. But do they plan on
Hmm.
having her come back? And then, oh my gosh, all of these paid interviews and they also said when Summer comes back, she's gonna need therapy. What? Of course, like that's common fucking sense
Yep.
that if Summer's
Yeah.
found alive, she's going
Yeah.
to need therapy. Why was that even said with deliver her from bondage and she's gonna need therapy? Like I don't know, it just rubs me the wrong way. And I
Yeah.
feel like it could possibly be a plan to one of them are going to find Summer and look at the miracle that the SDA church and all the other churches are evil. Like, because the
Mm.
SDA church got the miracle of bringing Summer Wells home, something bullshit like that. Like, I seriously could see that happening with how these people act. And I hope that would be true because it means she's alive.
Well, even if you look at the
Hmm.
Elizabeth Smart and how much therapy she had to go through, and what happened to her to become what's somewhat normal, it's going to take years if she is alive still, and I hope she is, and she's
Yeah.
able to go home. But this event's going to traumatize her for a very long time.
CPS was coming. They had to keep Summer from CPS because she would be examined by a doctor. I also can believe that. It goes with Dawn
Hmm.
really wanting a girl. Dawn's sister's claims, and I have to believe her as being a survivor also. I believe the sister always. I believe when a victim says that. And so she says it was 4 years old that when it started. Again, 5 years old. And yes, the schools are private and they do cost money. I'm going to go with the Wells did not have the money to have her in an SDA private school. So it would have been a regular public school that she was starting next month.
Yeah, public school. Yeah, because she couldn't afford, or they couldn't afford to send. I don't know what the tuition is for those schools.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. Uh, the Sabbath, from what I heard, the Sabbath school teachings cost money, is like to even do that. So I don't know. Cotton candy boobs. Hey, checking convictions. The LDS church doesn't cover other churches. I'm LDS. Um, this isn't LDS. SDA is not LDS. I don't know
What
why
was
everyone
the
keeps
what was
saying
the
that.
question about the LDS Church?
Oh, that the LDS church doesn't cover other churches. I'm LDS.
No, there's breakoffs from it, but no, it's still its own identity.
Yeah. They are a standalone church but practice Sabbath, so they have similarities, very large and plenty of money involved. Yes, they are all over the world. Um, they're all over Canada as well. And I'm telling you, they are behind many, many, many missing people. A lot of missing women and children. A few men that I found. And again, I will make a video and like compile them all together.
Well,
But it's
even
a lot.
again, sorry. Well, even again, like David Koresh and what happened in Waco and everything, you know, he was a break off from them. It's, if you guys want to go learn about him a little bit more in Seventh Day Adventist, and look what it did to him and the FBI and everything. That was a crazy story.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Cotton Candy. Love you. What was this about chloroform? Somebody had mentioned the whole she wouldn't be screaming when I said if it was someone on foot, you know, wouldn't they be afraid someone would scream, someone would rush over and see someone stealing or kidnapping her or whatever, and then chloroform was mentioned, and I just no, I just don't think that. I just don't.
Yeah.
Let's just say with the area on the train, if she was abducted, do you think it would have been more than one person that would help try to abduct her? Or you think it could have just been one person did everything by themselves?
Hmm. Well, again,
Mary Rose,
abductions.
you're going along the lines that I am. I'm sorry to share.
The abductions, especially in children that are 4, 5, 6 years old, are mostly a family member, and it's mostly a female family member. I read those statistics last night. 47% for an abducted or kidnapped child under the age of 6 is going to be a family member, a mom, an aunt, a grandma, or any family member. But they say 9 times out of 10 that it is a female family member. So it very well could be grandma.
Well, just anything. I mean, if you know, cases are pending going through right now, or even historic cases with the data and everything, with murders in general, it's always been someone close to that person, mainly a close boyfriend or a family member or a best friend, someone within their inner circle. It's mind blowing to me how they think it could be some random person, or how this would happen, especially 2 to 5 minutes in the dogs. I don't think so. Just my opinion. I believe it's someone in her immediate family circle knows what happened to this poor little girl.
Hey, Natasha.
Hey, Natasha. Trying to put the link in chat again. Anybody is welcome up here, you guys. Everyone's been kind in the chat that I've seen. Hey, Alexis. Someone was saying, where'd that question go? I don't know if you know, Cooter. Lorak said, so is SDA part of LDS? If you don't mind me asking.
No, again, they're very different. Seventh Day Adventist is more of your Pentecostal, as you know, got the white band, being rowdy, talking in tongues. As versus the Mormon Church, it's more like old school with the choir, sitting down, being quiet and stuff. And another thing, the Mormon Church uses the Book of Mormon, versus the Seventh Day Adventist just uses the Bible.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was more based off Alan G. Wright rewrote from like either the New Testament or Old Testament, and then she rewrote whatever, saying she was a prophet. And then when she died, her husband rewrote all of what she wrote. So I don't think it's the Bible. And I'm sorry, if anyone can tell me that God came to me in my dream last night and I'm a prophet, and I'm going to say, show the proof. I need the proof. Okay, Jessica, I'm going to answer that. I'm going to grab my notes here and read that off one more time again for the percentage. Okay, so 43% is from a child under 6 is a family member, and it's equal girls or boys. It's just usually under the age of 6 and will occur from the home. It is usually a female family member. And yeah, large percentage of female perps, about 43% of abducted children under the age of 6 is a female perpetrator. So we could look at Robin, we could look at Allie, we could look, Allie has some true hate for that family. We could look at Candace, we could look at Grandma. So
Yeah.
if we're going with statistics like that. And then acquaintance kidnapping involves like comparatively high percentage, it says, but it's juvenile perpetrators. So that's where Hunter would come in. He's 15, right? Large percentage of female and teenage victims, more juvenile perps, which 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a sexual assault or physical assault to why they took the victim. A lot of times, though, teenager perpetrator will go for more like a school age or like a high school, 17 to a school age. She wasn't really school age yet, but about to be in, a month or two. So stranger kidnapping, that's a very low percentage at 24%. Take young children, because there's something else, another study I did, which were myths on, it was a study on the myths of missing and abducted children. And people think, well, the internet makes it easier. Well, that's not true. And it's also a myth that a stranger is more likely to abduct your child. In the study given, it said 9 times out of 10, it is going to be somebody that the child knew. It's not going to be a stranger. And especially if they're going to try and convince us that somebody came up and stole her off of that property, it's going to be somebody who knew that property and somebody that knew them.
Well, Candace said that she always keeps the gate closed.
Thank you, Laura.
So how did all of those workers get up the road how did all those men get on their property if she always keeps the gate closed?
I don't believe that for 1 minute, but true. I think she was thinking that they were going to climb up that side of the damn road, which we saw is not easy. It's steep, but they were going up there to cut down the trees. And, I will say, in that other study that I read, and Chris said it today too, in the last year, since 2020, in Eastern Tennessee, there's been 250 abducted children in 1 year.
That's just one too many.
Yeah.
But, are these statistics, because Don came right out of the woods with statistics and abduction and sex trafficking. Like, he had this in his head.
He did.
Immediately. So was there research done on this already to try and play it off like this was what happened? Because to me, that was a planned alibi. He deterred everybody immediately from the time he called 911, setting them to, this is an abduction, this is an abduction. Kind of reminds me of Christian Andriacchio when they called 911 and right away say, we got a suicide here, and they were tunnel vision, then do a suicide.
To me, it seems like Dom might be the mastermind, or could be Grandma Candy or whatever. But how you ask Candace the questions, like, do you know which dog trail the dog went down? Like, she doesn't know. Was the door unlocked or unlocked out the basement? She doesn't know. You can go back to a timeline. She still doesn't know exactly how long she was gone, or exactly how much time for per event that she used.
Hey, Amber, love you, girl. Hey, Mary Rose, if CPS takes them, seems like quickly a doctor would check for sexual assault. Yeah, and that's, yeah, I mostly lean towards possibly an accident happening with Candace. And if they were to call 911 and they were to do, a medical examine on Summer's body and found sexual assault, they would all be in big trouble, right? so they would have to cover up an accident. But a part of me does think that it was an accident, or they sold her, or whatever. But I mean, I definitely do agree with that, Cooter, that Dawn is kind of the mastermind behind things, because I 100% do believe that there was sexual assault going on. I just, obviously, I don't have proof of it. I'm just going off of what I feel. I'm going off of statistics and when this girl goes missing and all of that.
Yeah, well, no, just look at his stepsister and other sisters coming out saying, at an early age, and till the domestic violence or whatever was done and stuff. So there's decades of this violence going on against women, and women been sexually assaulted by this man or a male member in his family.
Hey, Brooke. Babe, do you see what this truck is doing? Is that allowed?
Say again, honey?
Look at where the truck is, baby.
What the hell?
Right? All of a
That's
sudden
a
I
little
heard,
weird.
very weird. He was just driving right up on the sidewalk and I heard it, so I looked. And then he parks in there and he runs in the next apartment beside us.
They must be unloading or loading something really heavy.
Hey,
Heather.
Hey, Dave G.
Uh-oh.
Hey, I didn't say that. Sorry, go ahead. Hey, Desiree, thank you. Hey, Julie. Yeah, it is, I mean, I believe everybody knows what's going on. I don't know why Allie and Hunter are lying, why they are digging more. And, Candace kind of did, I wouldn't say throw jabs, but she definitely did try to defend herself from what Allie and Hunter say. But I think that's understandable. I get that. I didn't see Candace kind of taking jabs where I felt like Allie and Hunter's interviews, they did those interviews to throw jabs at Dawn and Candace. I didn't get the same vibe from Candace. I got more of her wanting to defend herself on certain areas, but she didn't really want to, well, I think, she didn't get into stupid jabs that really don't matter just to try and hurt them on her interview. There is that.
Yeah.
Not a solid one baked cake. I mean, I feel like it's a family thing that happened. I guess I don't know how else to say how I feel, because I really, really think that the parents are involved.
Cher, did you see where the Candace said that her first polygraph was, she was so upset so she couldn't take the first one, but she passed the second one?
And she's being asked to do a third one.
Yes.
Yeah, apparently.
You don't buy any stories from Dawn and Candace. Yeah, neither do I. Dawn, I don't know. There's something about Dawn. Do you, Amber, kind of think a family thing too? You heard she failed the first one. Yeah, I think I heard like she fell asleep or something like that. Yeah, Hunter's family is weird. And so something else that stands out is that Hunter's dad, the guy from New York, was the one who brought the Jorge guy around. And then all these other people, whatever they said, like 12 got Jose, whatever, Jorge, Jose. And brought the guys around. And then so Allie was staying over at Candace's house and got upset. So, I don't know. I guess I could see where Allie might be so upset with Candace that maybe does she hide her daughter? I don't know. And also she had her weird work friend on her interview also taking digs at Candace and Dawn too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a Chris Watts situation that if Don's more involved than Candace, again, I think everybody knows. And if that's the case, and let's say Candace had an accident, Don's helping cover it up, they're all helping each other cover it up, or Don did something and Candace is helping cover it up and Grandma's helping lie to, or whatever. Well, they all know about it. They're all hindering an investigation and keeping people searching, using man hours and stuff. So everybody should then be accountable, like arrested. Everybody that knows. People, it's not just one
Yeah.
person. This is people that are involved. Like, for sure, it's more than one person. Actually, that's
I
something
agree.
I'd love to hear the law enforcement channels touch on. Do they think that it's one person or multiple people? Andrea, hello. Red flags everywhere, but no one certain. Gut feeling. Right. Hey, Debbie. Who here believe that dream close planned parents and ran away with via because the entire internet seemed to, even news stations, about a 12-year-old freed herself and now, oh, yeah, everyone did think she just took off with her boyfriend. That's right. Yeah, here's the thing. The only person that didn't do a polygraph is Don because he said he was advised not to. So would she pass if she knew what happened but wasn't necessarily the one who did anything? Would she pass because she knows her hands are clean of the crime? Again, whereas... Wait, what did you say? No, you're not doing... Wait, am I... Oh, that's why. Is that better, Tammy? I'm like, why am I...
I was like, I know I'm here somewhere, but I can't. I guess I'll just talk and hopefully you can hear me.
I'm sorry, you guys. Jeez. Did they know that CPS was taking the kids? I think they may have had a heads up or something. I don't know. They were trying to stay away from the house all day, it seems like. And on a really hot day, like they were saying, it was kind of weird to me. Like, I mean, I don't know. Oh, hey, Lonnie. I'm sorry. I saw you earlier and was going to say hi. I don't think I did. Hey, Becky Boo.
So was CPS coming for all three of them? Just that same day
4.
that she went missing?
3 boys and Summer, right?
4.
Yeah. And I don't know, you guys,
Okay,
because
I didn't realize there was 3.
to be honest, with everyone being in that house, it's very possible that like one of the news people or somebody maybe made the report. I mean, just being in that house, of course, people like the CPS or whatever you want to call them, the establishment is going to say that's not suitable for children to be living in, right? So
Right. Yeah.
we don't know.
Well, I mean, I know we're not just. Well,
no, I'm just saying.
I know that we're not discussing what their house looks like.
No, CPS standards, though, that would be
Right.
enough for them to be removed.
Right. It would, yes. And they would have to have it cleaned and things taken care of before they can come back, I would think.
Yeah, and I am hoping, and a lot of times when there's older kids involved, they will try to Well, I don't know, because I actually heard they're several hours away in a trauma, or like a home that's made for trauma. It might be that they don't feel that these children are safe with any of the family members, much like they thought I wasn't safe with any blood family members for kidnapping purposes. Now, if they really are concerned about all these internet people showing up or whatever, yeah, it's very possible they're not going to put them with any family members.
Yeah. No,
My
they're probably
opinion, don't
not.
ever take a polygraph,
That
no
makes
matter
it.
what. Yeah, Heather, you should watch them because, I mean, I watch them over and over, and you
Oh,
find
yeah.
something different every time.
And it gets you some paper and write down the differences, because there's quite a few, and all three of them story. Heather's, Allie's and Candace and Dawn's, all three of them have a different story. And Hunter.
Mm-hmm. And it's over little things. Like, there is a part of me that thinks, yes, they did undig flowers and plant them. Because it's weird that Grandma was talking about wanting to pick flowers and plant them. Candace was like, no, we can't do that. It's state park. It's trouble. But then that same day, Grandma's worried about transplanting flowers really quick. Like, I don't know. Little shit like that makes me wonder. Or how she was like, no, me and Mom like Mountain Dew. We don't drink tea. We don't drink tea. Well, you say you bought the hard iced tea for your mom because she likes them. So does your mom not like tea, or does she like tea? You know what I'm saying? Stupid shit like that is like, I don't understand why we can't just keep the story straight.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Van.
Yes, you are, Heather. You're going to lose your mind.
Becky, yeah. Well, I don't think it was that. I think she was just like, well, you're right here, you know, like, you need to walk all the way around. I don't know. I don't think she was snappy. I think she was more, I noticed her very defensive. So again, your call to 911 was, my child's been abducted. The very first news interview I heard was, I know it in my heart. That's what Dawn said. And Candace right away chimed in, I do too. I do too. So you know it in your heart. She's been abducted. But his question to her was, what in your head is the percentage that you think she got abducted? And she was like, oh, I don't know, like 50-50. That makes no sense to me. You feel it 100% a week ago. Now it's 50-50, and the rest of your interview, you're like, someone abducted her. They could have come up here. I think one of the tree cutter people took her. Like, the whole rest of your interview is talking about she got abducted and all these different options of who or how she got abducted. But you only think 50% she got abducted.
Yeah,
that's weird, right?
It is weird. And that's probably one of the reasons they tell you don't do interviews, is because you do that. You tell every time you interview, it's something different.
Mm-hmm. Don has been an expert. Oh, yes. Yeah, we know that they've kind of hot states and that. Yeah, I mean, there's that. That doesn't look great either. Twisted tea sounds hideous. Is it? I mean, I don't like them. I like iced tea, but I don't like a twisted tea.
What do you guys think, Emma? What do you guys think of supposedly the phone call going in that was never really addressed, about Dawn calling her and people living on the property? You think that's a bunch of lies, or what's your guys' take on that?
I think Dawn called her, because there was something said that I'm not sure if many people caught that part of when they were talking about Dawn calling. What was said before that was Dawn calls Candace every 2 hours to check in. And to me, I was like, whoa, because I've been there, lived that, and it's exhausting. It's horrible. I mean, I had it to the point where tire marks were being checked at the end of driveways and shit, and like mileage in my car, all of this shit. So that kind of made me think, like kind of did make me feel a little bit bad for Candace, if I'm being honest, because that's a very, very controlling thing to do, to have to call her every 2 hours. So yes, I do believe Dawn called. I don't know if it was about anybody on the property or anything like that. Because again, I can't. Right now, Hunter has no credibility with me because he's changed his story, and also I see a lot of him just really trying to dig at Candace. So to me, I just don't believe anything he says. But I do believe there was a phone call, yes, because I do believe that Dawn is controlling and that she better pick up that phone every 2 hours.
Again, just the way things are sounding, I don't think there was some other guy living on the property during that time. I do believe Yates Hunter lied about that. But I can understand, with insecurities and calling again. I just don't see anyone being up there and ready to take this beautiful little girl and get away from there, especially if there's one road in. It's on a hilltop. So many dogs. It's just too many red flags to me that someone would just take this beautiful little girl.
Well, Nicole, if there was no phone call, well, that means Candace is lying, because Candace says, yes, there was a phone call as they were going through the drive-thru at Walgreens to pick up the prescription finally. But Dawn called just to check in and see what everyone was doing. So that's from Candace. So if there was no call, that means Candace is lying too. So again, Candace and Story both can agree, both Hunter and Candace, they agree there was a phone call. They both agree it was when they were at Walgreens picking up the prescription. Only Candace is saying it was Dawn checking in, which I believe that. And Hunter saying, oh, it's Dawn talking about sex offenders, blah, blah, blah. And what I take away from that kind of is I feel Hunter is trying to really set up Candace and Dawn and bring in the whole sex offender thing again. There is a part of me that thinks that Hunter sounds guilty. I'll say it. I don't know, but there is a part of me that thinks it's very possible he's involved, or that he at least knows what happened, or is a part of maybe the family dynamic of what happened to Summer. I don't know.
It's just red flags everywhere. Every interview has a different thing that makes you think, oh, they're lying, or they're hiding something, or.
Yep.
I haven't quite heard what Grandma's story was. I seen the text messages of Grandma texting whoever it was, and it basically said, yeah, we were planting flowers, Summer, Candace and I, and Candace helped with the knee brace, blah, blah, blah. It was basically everything that Candace had said. Seemed very rehearsed, I guess you could say.
Yeah, Crazy Crime Chick. She posted something today. It's about like 8 to 10 minutes about what you
I watched
said.
that.
Yeah.
Who was she texting in that?
And
by
the grandma
way?
just. Yeah.
Yeah, Michelle, I could see that when they said Hunter right away took off into the woods by himself and was throwing up gang signs and stuff. And then Hunter's dad wanted to somehow get the reward money, and Allie was like, no, he's not going back with you. Like, is this some weird thing with their family possibly? Or I don't know. Somebody is going to want to try and get that reward money, though. That's another thing Hunter said.
Mhm.
Well, I saw Candace get in her car and she was speeding that way, and that's the way the police station is. She wants that reward money. Like, what are you talking about? Not that she could have got a tip about her missing daughter, so she was speeding to the police station. It was because she wanted the reward money. Like, really?
Yeah, that's
Okay, Heatherlicious. I think Allie.
and I'm
helped
not
her story.
really sure why the church is really involved themselves, because they only started going there in 2019, and then the COVID started. So they haven't been going there very long, and they're not members, according to the preacher. They're not members. So
Right, because, yeah, that costs money.
I'm not really sure why they've inserted themselves.
Well, I know why. Because they are a cult and they are all over TV and they are doing interviews. I myself have seen all of the new people because I've been all over their social media. I left a comment saying I was interested in joining this church just to see what I would get. And immediately, without giving these people my email address, I received an email with YouTube links and everything, basically telling me like some weird Lori Vallow shit. And I'll share that email. And it had to have come because I got it within maybe a day or two of leaving a comment on that video, the SDA one video, saying that I'd like to have more information and possibly join. I've seen
Right.
all the people flocking there now because now everyone's SDA. What? This church? So they are getting a lot of attention. They're holding these prayer circles and doing lives. They're doing the website now, and they're also hosting fundraisers. Imagine that. So I know exactly why they're doing it. It's helping them. That's the kind of shit cults need to run and get their new members, and new members mean more money and all of this, and the interviews they'll do. No, not the same, but you know what? They kind of have a lot of the same. I kind of feel like some of it is Scientology, some of it is LDS, some of it is the weird doomsday Lori Vallow weirdness. The only thing with Scientology though is they believe like in aliens and weird shit like that. But yeah, SDA believes that they are the only word from God, and that all other churches and religions are from the devil. The devil himself created all of those other religions, and basically the four other, big churches will go Lutheran, Catholic, Baptist, and what was the other one? I don't know. But anyways, they're all evil and from the devil, and only SDA and being a member of the SDA will have you with Jesus again one day. That is cultish. I'm sorry. And when I see Don posting pictures again of his missing child, the SDA church. Summer loves the SDA church. Do you? The hell is that? It's weird. It's all weird.
Well, even for the church right now, it's great free advertising for them, where people are curious who they are or not. So business is booming for them at the moment.
Absolutely. Thank you, Emerald. Oh gosh, you make me. I hate talking about this when I see you're in the chat because I really don't want to offend. But and well, that's a good I don't know how I feel about Robin. I'm gonna be honest with. She does kind of creep me out and make me wonder a little bit. But the church is odd. Oh, okay. Let me find it. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Well, again, my own personal opinion that there's sexual assault involved, especially when there's other victims saying that they were assaulted sexually from the same person at that age. So I'm sorry. Okay, Emerald, that's good. That's okay, Cheryl. CPS after then, they would have a code. Church that allows kids to run around like that. There is something deeper. I don't really agree with that. I've been to a Mormon church. I've been to Baptist church. I've been to Lutheran church. I've been to Catholic church. Catholics, no, you do not see that. But Baptist and Lutheran, yeah, you do see children running around or children sitting with friends, maybe a couple rows away from their parents or whatnot. I honestly didn't think that stood out to me. I have seen that. I used to go to like those Billy Graham conferences and stuff like that, and revivals and all of that. That didn't stand out to me as weird at all, because again, she's 5. I thought it was actually nice that they allow the kids to kind of do their own thing, because it makes it fun then for kids to want to be at church, and at 5 years old, you're not really focused on what's going on that the adults are in. So no, I didn't really see anything wrong with it, because I was a little girl goofing off in church and it was allowed. Yeah, I can't call that a church, Amber. Alexis, I don't like it. It's coaching, in my opinion. It's image coaching going on from somebody. I don't like it. I mean, I get it. I get what they're doing, but I think it's ridiculous. It's not going to change my mind, I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
Just Google the strategies that are used in cases like that. It's exactly that, changing the dressing. I also wondered, were the pictures on the wall strategically placed? Because Chris even said the placement of the picture of Rose was placed at a center point. So when you walk in, that's the first thing you see. And when you walk in, what would you do? Like, I would ask, if I walked in and seen that, oh, who's that? Who's that a picture of?
And he
Because it's
did.
right there. And that's the first thing he asked also. And she said, well, it's my sister. And I wondered, with the clothes, the racks of clothes in there and whatever, and some people said, did the church donate? Well, if we have people that is image coaching, or, did they go and hang a picture up knowing people are in and out of this house now doing interviews and cameras in there? Let's make it look good. You better look like you missed your sister. I don't know. Yes, I think it's possible that that was a strategic placement of a picture. I don't think that's anything to worry about. I don't, and apparently it was True TV and a spring break video. That makes sense to me. I thought it was more Girls Gone Wild, but spring break TV shows and Girls Gone Wild is damn near the same thing. Let's just be real. It's true. I didn't see a problem with it, even thinking it was Girls Gone Wild. So, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. If somebody left it on, or if Candace was watching it and left it on because she had to run to the lake to do the interview with Chris, it's nothing. The shed door being open, nothing. Like, those are all distractions that really have nothing to do with what the heck happened this summer, in my opinion.
I agree.
And it was interesting, the another creator, I won't say his name, but he was talking about how Don was hiding in the what was it, in a storage area or something?
In
Mm.
the shed.
Sarah, you seen it?
Yeah, this stupid shed.
Is that where he said he was? Is that where he said he was hiding? I was like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I
In
did
the
not
tool
even
shed.
hear that.
If he was hiding on the property, he wouldn't go hide in the camper that the mom was living in. So it's, you know, a little homey in there, but let's hide in the tool shed. And not only let's hide in the tool shed, let's hide in the tool shed and leave the door open. Really?
Mhm.
But we all think he's a master idiot who like helped in the abduction of his child, but he left the door open and hid in the tool shed. I just know. I don't believe it. If he was on the property, I could see more he would be in that camper. That's where I really wanted to see. I was hoping Chris would be like, can we look in there? But no, that was off limits.
Mhm. Mhm.
Just leaving it on, I would think anarchy. I mean, how many people honestly have left in a hurry or, you know, forgot the TV on? So, or if she's there alone, possibly just having the TV on for noise. Yeah, or leaving the TV on if no one's home for noise so people think someone's home in the house. You know, I've done all that too, so I don't see that as being any kind of sign or clue or anything like that. It you know, it means nothing.
Mhm.
Okay, baked cake. That house is safe for children. The property isn't safe. Yeah. Would you rather ask that than about the chaos? Mm. You mean about asking if it's like multiple people involved? No. I mean, if I got one question that I could ask professional detectives, I would say, in your opinion, do you believe this is a male or a female perpetrator? And that would give me a heads up on who they think it is. Well, there you go, Mary. Again, I just don't think that. Again, we're gonna go with. I don't think that Chris fits the description of that. But yeah, you're right. He had no record, and look at Don. He has a huge record, so it doesn't necessarily mean it was Don. If that's what you're saying, you're right. They all have records, though. I don't know if Grandma does, but they're calling them career criminals or career criminals. I mean, he's got everything from assaults to drugs to armed robbery. No, burglary. Sorry, I don't want to say the wrong charge. Well, the pastor said the boys also said that that door was locked. Candace now says she can't remember if that door was locked. I don't remember what Don said, but getting in that basement door, if that basement door is locked and they want us to believe the basement door was locked, that means while they were sitting outside there, right by the camper planting flowers, somebody had to literally walk right by them to go in that front door, to walk down those little stairs, and then walk up those little stairs with her again. Because again, if that door is locked, who locked it then after she was kidnapped, right? So they had to walk again out the front door right there where they're planting flowers. No.
Because the door is right there where you walk. Right there where
Right
the
where
door
they're
is
planting
where you
flowers.
walk in, they would see the camper. Yeah.
Yep. So that makes no sense to me. And that, so if you're telling me they want to go kidnap the kid and put all of these risks in doing so of getting caught, that is right. What do you think, babe? Anything?
We may not see any more interviews.
Mm.
Whole damn thing's crazy.
It is.
Or does nobody want to come up here? I think I'm going to end this shortly so I can have some time with the mister.
What are the
That's
odds
right,
of her opening the basement door and walking out?
Hell no. I don't believe that. And Chris himself said that he took a good look at it. Maybe she could have like reached that one lock latch thing, but he also said maybe not. So again, if she did unlock it and run out, who locked it again then before the police got there?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Again, they're saying it was locked. So if she did, somebody locked it then after she went missing. Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you leave everything as is for the police to investigate then?
Yeah.
I had heard rumors grandma liked girls. I don't know if that's true, but I
Oh,
could have swore didn't Candace's mom and dad divorce and grandma went with a woman? I may have heard wrong, but I heard that, or maybe I understood what was being said the wrong way. I don't know.
No, I've heard that also. I don't know if it's true or not, but yeah, that's very possible of a rumor.
Yeah, I thought I had read that somewhere, but I never really said it out loud. But yeah, I read Candace's mom and dad split and grandma went with a woman. Hi, Francis. I've made some fact-based comments, all ignored. From K9's T difference. Rings getting caught. Sister leaving daughter with Don Watts. When I comment put on the screen was about some of the chat. Rings getting caught. Who's Rings? I've been putting the darn link in. I wish people would come up here. Tea difference. Oh, like the hard tea and like iced tea. I mean, I've had both. I just feel like if you aren't one that really likes tea, I don't know, would you really get hard iced tea for an alcoholic beverage then? You know what I'm saying? Well, I think that they'd be watched if that was true, you know, if she was to take her to Wisconsin or whatever. I think grandma is watching. Otherwise, I have like lost faith in what the hell the law enforcement is doing there then. I don't know.
right.
If they're just letting people leave and go and move to different states, like what's happening? I don't know.
Did they even interview the grandma?
I haven't heard. If there was an interview done, the only thing I have seen is her interviews from when Rose went missing 11 years ago. I've seen her interviewed then.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've seen like screenshots of text messages, like Cooter had said on Crazy Crime Chicks channel today. And I've seen them before that too, but most recent, she had reposted those today. If you guys want to check that out. Again, it's very vague and basically just mimics the highlights of what Candace and Dawn said in the news interview. Hey, Linda.
Yeah, that's all I've heard too. I didn't know if you had seen one I didn't see. I was wondering why she wasn't questioned because she left awful fast.
Mm-hmm. She said, oh, because grandma had a polygraph too. I heard that. I don't know if it's true. And maybe she passed with flying colors, so they said, hey, you're okay to go. I do know that in October, last October, in the police report, it was said that grandma, Candy, was afraid of Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe she's not in Wisconsin and she was allowed to go. I don't know. Maybe they pulled an NK with grandma. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You're pretty late, Linda, because I'm about to end it, but it's okay. The replay will be good. I think everybody knows Dr. Phil. I really do. It feels like it's a situation where they kind of all know and is covering. Maybe they, I don't know. But again, I could say they do look like easy targets. If people know there's one missing person in the family already.
They
Like
should
Adam
go on Jerry
Hunter.
Springer.
Oh God.
They would make a nice fit for there.
Yeah, this is true. Oh, that reminds me. If you guys want to laugh your asses off, I don't know how many of you know this or not, but Molly Golightly, I don't know if you like her or not, but I think she's hilarious. And I was watching the videos when Robbie was hanging out with her a couple weeks ago and they were dancing. And it gave me flashbacks to the first time where I had ever seen Molly Golightly, which is she was on Wife Swap.
What?
She was on
Wife
Wife Swap.
Swap?
Wife Swap.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wife
Big
Swap.
Juicy.
Yeah, dead ass serious,
Yeah, I
and
can
oh my
see
God,
that.
the dance moves were hilarious. It'll make you laugh. Just throwing it out there. Molly Golightly was on Wife Swap, and it is glorious.
Mm.
I can't remember who she switched families with.
Oh my gosh.
I think they put her like on some farm
Lord.
or something like that, and she went from like Vegas partying to like some farm. I can't remember, but yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's more traditional family life, like on a farm. It
You
should be on
watched it too?
YouTube. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
I bet they're in for a surprise, wasn't they?
Yes,
It shouldn't be
Francis.
hard to find.
No, it's not hard to find. I'll post it too in a community post. Watching, is he on
Oh my
again tonight?
gosh.
He was just on for hours, like before I started.
Yeah, he was on. It's I think a specialist he's talking to. I forget what kind of specialist he's talking to.
So he's on again?
He was. I don't know if he still is.
Oh man. You two checking convictions. Yeah, I'm gonna end this one. We'll be back tomorrow night with Krista Riccello and kind of going off of, she's going to be showing
That's
some
it,
things off on
Angela.
Dylan Tallman. Dylan Tallman, you know, everybody's angel, Mr. Hustler.
Oh, Lord.
A profiler. Yeah. Oh, maybe he is on again with the profiler.
That's what it was.
Well,
yeah.
I'm going to watch it too then after I spend time with the mister. So thanks, everyone. Thank you for all the super chats. You guys are awesome. And I'm sorry.
Oh, she's so
having
sorry
on.
she left us. I think she really wants to spend time with you, Mark. She's just gone. There she
I'm
is.
sorry, Stephanie, that we ignored your questions. I didn't mean to. Half the time I'm not looking at my phone. I got to do better. Love you too, Big Cake. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Go watch those dang shows. And then tomorrow night, come back and we'll talk Watts and Dylan Tallman and Krista Riccello.
Oh, yay.
How romantic.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Tammy. Love you. Thanks, Scooter.
Thank you. Love y'all. Thank y'all for being here.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
And he's gone.
Dang, everybody's just like peacing out quick.
Yep.
Matthias is ready for bed soon, too. Say goodnight, Saya.
He was asleep.
He's about ready to start
He
freaking
was
out.
ready for bed a while ago.
Yeah. He before we started, Tammy got to see him how he goes on your pillow, babe, and then he was just like falling, finally plumped over. Matthias,
He did.
you say, bring Summer Moon home, please. Bring her home.
That's right.
Oh, thank you, Michelle. You guys are awesome. Love you, Amber. All right. Good night, everyone. See y'all tomorrow night. Thanks for the super chats, guys. And
Good
the new
night.
members, welcome.